Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Summer here to talk about lesson 706, geometric sequences. In this lesson, students will be able to identify the nth term of geometric sequences and write the equation for a geometric sequence. So in geometric sequences, the consecutive terms, so the terms that are one right after another, have a common ratio. So here, a sequence is geometric when the ratios of consecutive terms are the same. So the sequence A1, A2, A3, A4, all the way to AN is geometric when there is a number R such that, so A2 divided by A1 is the same as A3 divided by A2, A4 divided by A3, it's all the same number as long as R does not equal 0. That R number is called the common ratio of the sequence. So to develop an explicit formula for a geometric sequence, you first have to figure out what the common ratio is. So in this 2, 6, 18, 54, each term is being multiplied by the same number, which is 3. So the first term in this sequence is 2, and then 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 3 times 3 is 18, 2 times 3 times 3 is 54, etc. So if we are writing a formula for this, so we could figure out what the nth term of the sequence is by applying our first term, which was 2, times your common ratio, all to the n minus 1. So if we were trying to find the 20th term, we would do n minus 1 would be 19. And we would get our answer. This is very similar to our exponential growth models that we've been working on. So a to the n is the term number. So 20th term, where you would put 20, a to the 20th. A1 is the first term in the sequence, and R is the common ratio. So in this first example, it says given the first term and the common ratio of a geometric sequence, find the term A5. So in order to solve this, we got to write the explicit formula. So our formula, it gave us our so a to the n is equal to our starting number, negative 2/3, and then our r value, which was negative 1 to the 4th, and then n to the minus 1. So now it wants a to the 5, so we plug in 5 for n, and we get a to the 5th is equal to negative 2/3 times negative 1/4 to the 5 minus 1, which is 4. And when I get that answer, I get a to the 5th is equal to negative 1/384. This next question says, given the explicit formula, find the term named, so a to the 6th. So it already gave us the explicit formula. So we need to plug in 6 for here, and I get a to the 6th is equal to 4/3 times negative 1/2 to the 5th power. And I get my answer as negative 1/24. This other question says, find the explicit formula for the geometric sequence. So first, we're just given a list of terms. We need to figure out what the common ratio is. So we need to figure out, so negative 24 divided by negative 48. That is equal to 1/2. And then we can check it again, negative 12 divided by negative 24, we get 1/2. So our a to the n, and our starting value is negative 48 times positive 1/2 to the n minus 1. So my starting value, and I figured out my ratio by doing this was A1, A2, I did A2 divided by A1. You try. Find the explicit formula of the geometric sequence. And also find the term name, so a to the 10th here. So for this first question, it says find the explicit formula for the geometric sequence. So my A2, A1, A3, so I'm going to do A2 divided by A1, which is negative 15 over negative 3, which is 5. And if I were to do A3 over A2, I would get 5 as well. So then my a to the n term is equal to negative 3 times 5 to the n minus 1. This next question says, find the term a10. Well, I need to first figure out what my explicit formula is. And so I have 6 divided by negative 2, which is negative 3. And then negative 18 divided by positive 6 is negative 3 as well. So my a to the n is equal to negative 2, which is my starting value, times negative 3 to the n minus 1. So now I plug in 10 for n, and I get a to the 10th is equal to negative 2 times negative 3 to the 9th power. And I get my answer as 39,366.